Okay, Fabrice, what are we looking at now?
Right, here we're looking at a patch of cucumbers we've grown to save seed for the London Freedom Seed Bank.
Oh, brilliant.
So we've got this old variety of cucumber called Ratoma, which was a variety developed in the post-war period in the States, when they developed loads and loads of different vegetable varieties, which turned out to be really, really good, like crops for domestic growers.
Excellent.
And
we're doing this.
we're trying to bulk these seeds up because cucumber seed is quite expensive.
Okay.
Now, doing cucumber seed is a bit more complicated than doing seed of something like a chili or a tomato, which tends to self-pollinate. Cucumbers need to cross with other plants. They don't like crossing with themselves if you want to get good seed. And because they cross out, they tend to like being in large populations. So an ideal population for cucumbers is maybe something like 100 cucumbers. If you want to save seed long term, to preserve a variety, you need to have a lot of plants to keep the genetics of the plant healthy.
Okay.
Here we're not doing that. We don't have the space. We're doing it from a population of about 8 cucumbers. That's just life.
Okay.
Now the problem with cucumbers is because they like to cross and they're very good at crossing. And what spreads the pollen is bees, and bees can travel quite a large distance.
Yeah.
Ideally, we'd have isolated these cucumbers from any other cucumber by at least a mile, if we didn't take any other precautions.
Okay.
So we're going to risk it with these ones because we've got some cucumbers which have formed before any other cucumbers locally had flowers on them.
Oh, right.
So we should sort of be okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a bit of we never quite know, but that's what we're going to chance it. However, if you are growing with lots of cucumbers around, what you need to do is, the night before it opens, find a female flower. Let's find a female flower. Very left. Oh, camera's rolling. Right. Here's a female flower. Right.
Yep.
So you can see here you've got a baby cucumber, and you've actually got a flower that opened this morning.
Yep.
And are you trying to find one of those? There's one there. Look. You can see a mini cucumber and then the flower on the end.
Yep.
So the night before, you get your little bag, your isolation bag, you'd put it around the flower, maybe cutting off a leaf so you've got good access.
Okay.
And then the next day, once the flower's opened, you take the bag off and you go to another plant or maybe another couple of plants, and you get the pot. You get a male flower. Here we've got a male flower. Open it up, and you've got little pollen sacs on the inside, which are scattering the pollen, and then you rub that in the heart of the female flower on a little green lump. Is it green lump?
Yeah, so you become the bee.
You basically become the bee. As soon as you've done that, to stop another bee coming later in the day, you put your bag back on, and then once the cucumber set and started growing, maybe you put a ribbon around the stalk and let that cucumber grow on. You're going to need that cucumber to grow on for a couple of months before the seed is ready.
Okay.
Because if you look at this cucumber here,
yeah,
you're not going to get good seed from that.
That's just too young.
Yeah, you're going to have to wait for it to swell up.
Yeah.
Tends to go kind of a yellowish brown colour.
Right.
The plants will have died down, and then you get a nice big fat cucumber. That cucumber then you need to basically mash up, ferment in a jar for a few days, and then take out the cucumber seed. Fermenting breaks dormancy in the cucumbers. Once you've got those cucumber seeds out, you dry them and they'll be good for several years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we'll get loads and loads of seeds out of each cucumber, we'll get millions of seeds out of each cucumber, but it's a bit more of a flaff.
Okay.
Now, the one last thing I want to say is this process is the same for squash, any kind of squash, and courgettes.
Okay.
So yeah, it's awkward. For pumpkins, it's not so bad because when the pumpkins, you're going to eat a ripe pumpkin. So you can save the seeds on the one hand and eat the pumpkin on the other hand.
Right. Yeah.
But with these plants, with courgettes and cucumbers, as soon as these plants start to ripen, they're starting to send the signal to the plant, stop making more female flowers. So it doesn't mess up the production of cucumbers. So we're not going to get a lot of cucumbers off this once these start to ripen. We'll get a few more, but that's just the way it is.
We're just growing for seed, not at home where you would grow for getting cucumbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's complicated.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay.